I really like that ad-lib. That was really, really nice. And I love how they cut off a lot of the high end. So it made it kind of sit further back in the mix and make it feel like it was a background singer, even though it was Jimin's voice.
Run, run, lost boy, they say to me.
Ooh, I love that guitar. That sounds awesome. Like the tone they're getting from that guitar. I just love that sort of like plucked vibe. Great.
If you want to see an uncut version of this video, check out the link in the description.
Wow. I love his voice. Oh my God. Sounds so good. So he's using a lot of a breathy mix there. He's not in the super, super breathy falsetto that, you know, a lot of them use throughout a lot of their songs. He's much more in a heavier type of mix. Where you can hear that is in the cry in his voice. If you pay attention, you'll hear certain parts where his vocal cords will pull apart. When his vocal cords pull apart, that's that cry sound.
If you're new to singing and would really like to learn more about the voice and how to use your voice properly, please check out the link down below. I've got a course called Transform Your Voice that is the beginner's guide to learning how to sing.
Nice. So there he's using a mix of different falsetto parts, not using a mix. He's using some of his falsetto and then some of his heavy mix. And I just love how bright and forward his tone is. So like a lot of singers, they'll sing with much more of a further back tone, like, oh, like further back in their head as opposed to bringing it forward. So he has like a very, very forward tone that sounds so good.
Okay.
Yes. And his voice is just so smooth. He moves through those notes like they're butter. There's no heaviness to his voice. That's what I love. It's just that light, free, you know, kind of floating feeling. And that's what I always go for whenever I'm singing, is trying to get that floating feeling where it just feels effortless. That's what his voice feels like. That's not to say that singing shouldn't require effort and require energy. I find that some people confuse that, where they, and myself included before, where I thought that effortless singing meant that you don't give it any energy and you sound like you're kind of too relaxed, like almost bored. And that's not true either. Like, we don't want to go for that type of effortlessness. Like if you were just totally all relaxed, like letting everything relax too much, that could be negative as well. So it's not about effortless in that way. It's about effortless meaning that there's like kind of this float to your voice, where your voice just kind of feels like it's coming out of you as opposed to pushing it out of you.
I can be your genie. How about Aladdin? More than that,
I really love the harmony that they've got there. That's a really tight harmony, not very far apart from the melody line. They're coming in very close. I like that. Also notice how all the harmonies are very breathy, whereas his main vocal is extremely full. And so that helps to put the attention on his melody vocal and not draw away with harmony. That took me a little while to realize with harmony, that a lot of times you don't want to be singing full out in the harmony part, because you want to blend. You want to make sure that you're not taking away from the spotlight on the main vocal. So this is such an interesting concept, right? I mean, it's definitely very our age and time now. Filters, right? A lot of times on Instagram, that's kind of like the metaphor that he's using to describe this love story. Very interesting approach to a love story. Definitely a new perspective that, I mean, a lot of people, I don't think anybody in history has ever made this metaphor before. I really like that ad-lib. That was really, really nice. And I love how they cut off a lot of the high end. So it made it kind of sit further back in the mix and make it feel like it was a background singer, even though it was Jimin's voice. I like how this song kind of has a refrain as opposed to a pure chorus type of sound, that like the pick your filter. So that part is definitely a refrain, not like a true chorus like you would normally have, where the exact same words repeat each time they go to it.
멈춰.
So I love how he just, for that outro, just lets it be like really, really light. Actually, it might just be leading into the next part of the song. I'm not sure. But that breakdown, coming down really light, everything's very sparse, just letting his vocal speak for itself. And I like how he used a little bit of vocal fry coming in. Uses a little bit of vocal fry coming into one of those lines there. Alright, was the outro. So if you guys like this video, please consider hitting the like button. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. If you want to see more videos like this, check out that one. You're gonna like it too.